Hi everyone and welcome to Apprenticeish, where we talk all about apprentices, apprenticeships, kind of. Team, this is the beginning of year 3. So this is kind of like an updated version of the video that I had last time, which is here. That was definitely like one of the first videos that I ever posted on this channel. And it was basically kind of like giving a breakdown of the things that I didn't know about the different areas. And like a lot of the things surprised me. And I guess what surprised you too, because there's not a ton of information out there about like apprenticeships and how they work and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was more of just like me reacting to how the course went and kind of like some of the things that really stood out. And yeah, it's just very different to my university experience, which also, if you haven't watched, I have a video on that. Ding. I'm going to, in this video, review like the same areas because just like for the sake of consistency and continuity. So yeah, I hope you guys find this video interesting, and without further ado. Okay, so the course. I feel like I've done this in the last video. It's just how I think. So the course has been very interesting. It's been very interesting. I think obviously because the first 2 years, they don't count. Well, the first year and a half anyway, it doesn't count. So when you get into the bit that does count, which was the last module of the year, which was criminal law for me.
Let's just say things took a turn very quickly.
I don't know what happened, but I literally, I started to live a very unhealthy lifestyle. I guess I'm kind of touching on health, well-being and all that kind of stuff, but essentially, I'll get onto that in a second. The course was criminal law. Criminal law, personally, I feel like the cases are very interesting. Some of them made me really sad, and I was kind of disturbed by a few of them. Yeah, it was just very bizarre and strange, some of the cases. And I also feel like criminal law was a little bit overhyped. Like, everyone was really excited about criminal law. Criminal law is the best module. It just didn't slap the way I thought it would. I was expecting this is so lit. And it was more of like, wow, that was interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm just set up differently. Criminal law just didn't really wow me the way I thought it would be because everyone really hypes it up. Criminal law was the first module that counted, and it was okay. So I was assessed with an oral exam and coursework. The coursework was interesting. I got to read quite a few critics. And critics are so interesting. I don't know why I haven't looked at them intense before. But yeah, this time I really spent a good time reading critics' articles, and also it was so interesting. And maybe that's the nerdy side of me coming out, but I just found that was magical. Obviously, there were other things that happened that year. So I think I finished studying TwO and contract. No, I didn't study contract. I don't know why when looking back there, it has a list of things that I studied. That is technically from second year and going into third year. So I'm going to start land law next, real estate, and then business law. I think in terms of the actual content of the course, it's about to get just that much more complex. So yeah, I don't know. I looked at my uni calendar for this year and I was like, this is interesting because to me, it looks like there's no break. Because there are holidays, but the holidays tend to be right next to revision. I'm trying to get fast. So I am going to try my best to make sure I, thrive, because I put effort into getting here. I put effort in first year and second year. Third year is here. I'm about to take it just one step further. So yeah, I think that this year is there's going to be a lot going on, because I am actually doing quite a lot of stuff outside of work. So that has increased. to some extent, I think there's like a balance because I've lost some responsibilities and gained some responsibilities in other areas. But I've made sure that my focus for this year is being consistent in uni. And obviously, I've been handing in all my essays and all the coursework and like any other assignments and exams and stuff. But I think it's like when you're tired from doing so much other stuff, that can influence your uni work. Like, that's just no surprise. And that is, I guess, one of the joys of doing the apprenticeship. I think if you are literally just doing the apprenticeship and nothing else, like obviously going to networking events and all that kind of stuff, like, but I'm seeing outside responsibilities, I think it's a lot more manageable. But like the apprenticeship in itself requires so much from you that like it's very easy to spiral and very quickly. So I guess we're moving into mental health and like well-being. Obviously, at the end of last year, that was the start of the first module ever that counted for this apprenticeship. I will be completely honest with you and say that I threw myself in there and I almost drowned. I was literally thinking in my brain, okay, cool, I need to get a first, and this is the first module that counts. And even though I was averaging a 2-1, I was like, okay, cool, this is a fresh start, this is an opportunity for me to start again and maintain an average of a first throughout my degree. Obviously the end result needs to be a first, and that's all that matters. But I'm kind of like in this mode of like, okay, cool, if you spend more time on uni work and you have this particular structure, then you'll thrive and then you'll do really well. And it was great in the beginning, and then yeah, I was overworking in every area. I actually neglected some of my responsibilities because I was so focused on trying to make sure that I do everything I possibly could. My health towards the end of the year was probably the worst it's ever been. And that's solely because I can get like ultra focused, forget to eat, not sleep enough. Like basic necessities go out the window. When I'm focused on something, I will do whatever it takes and then some at the cost. I don't care. But like obviously beforehand, so the beginning part of the year, it was a lot more easier to manage the two together. Yeah, I think the beginning of the year, it was mental health, well-being, fine. Obviously I needed to work out a lot more. So towards the end of the year, I did try to do that. And then the reality is not that I didn't care, but I was just like, grades, degree, this is my priority here. And then I went into overdrive and now we're here. We have refreshed and restarted. So I think I've kind of already touched on grades. So I think I'm going to move a bit onto like, hi team, I am editing this video that you are watching right now, and I realized that I missed a very important topic, which is friends. I missed very few social events. I will say that. I think because obviously it was the panorama, there was no way to like go out consistently. Like it was just, that's not a safe situation. So I think like friends wise, it was obviously, you had to make an effort to like stay in contact with friends, and a lot of it was like over the phone or like a video call. So I didn't really feel like I needed to spend so much time in terms of like physically meeting up with people, which was great because it means that like I can stay in contact in a way that's like time efficient. We'll say that. But then obviously towards the end, so like my final one, just from my arm is hurting, and I just bought these really cute trousers from TK Maxx. Amazing. In terms of like actually being able to meet up with them and speak with them like towards the end of last year, there were quite a few like gatherings that I said no to because like I was obviously doing criminal law, which you would have heard. So yeah, I just wanted to put that in there because I realized that I didn't put it in and I'm editing the video. So yeah, back to the main like thoughts about the rest of third year, because I don't know how every other firm works, but in my firm, we have a rotation system. The first 2 years we remained in our department. So we stayed with the same team, the same supervisor. And then for every year after that, you are able to move into another department. So obviously you're exposed to different areas of law, probably exposed to different variety of tasks, which I am. I think for next year, I'm very like open-minded. There's a lot of like stuff that I want to do with Apprenticeish, which I'm so excited about. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm actually working on launching a podcast for you guys, because I feel like as much as the videos are really great and really fantastic, I condense a lot of the information, and if there's people out there who's interested in actually like hearing about the information I'm giving in like a more detailed format, then I want to be able to provide that for you all. So yeah, I'm working on that for you guys. And then there's also other stuff like outside of Apprenticeish that I want to grow and work on and develop. My thoughts and opinions for next year, I guess we'll start with the hopes. My hopes for next year. Listen, my ultimate goal is to finish with the first. And to be honest, I do think like my thoughts and mentality towards university is a little bit unhealthy. I also want to be able to like grow my network and the people around me. I love the people around me, don't get me wrong, but I feel like during the pandemic there's so much that could have happened that didn't, like especially in terms of meeting new people. Like there are so many solicitor apprentices, there are so many degree apprentices, and I'm like, we need to have like some kind of gathering, a kind of Avengers Assemble type situation. And like I really enjoy the fact that apprenticeships generally, including degree apprenticeships, are like, it's the attitude towards them is really changing. So I really want to meet like just different people in different companies and learning about their process and what it's been like for them. I just find it so fascinating. And then I think another hope that I have is really to develop my skills. I think in the last department that I was in, there were things that I learned, and in this department that I'm in, there are also things that I'm learning. But it's kind of helped me realize how different the learning process is, and like how different the type of work can impact your skill set. So yeah, I think in terms of like work wise, I am open to and excited to learn, but obviously not at the cost of my mind. And that's not to say that I'm not going to work hard, because I can work hard. I have no problem with working hard. But yeah, just doing it in a way that is sustainable. And then I think I'm not going to say fears and concerns, but something that I'm quite aware of that might be, I need to learn how to manage my time better. I think I do manage it well, but how I'm managing it at the moment means that I'm not able to be consistent on YouTube, and oh gosh, and because there is like quite a bit going on outside of, yeah, just management generally, time, resources, seeing like I want to be able to not only help you guys more, but also people around me, and like be more supportive. And I know that will require just a bit more of my time. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you wanted to subscribe, then I wouldn't be mad. Appreciate it. And yeah, you guys will hear from me every week, at least once a week. If you get 2 videos, you should be jumping for joy. It's been a good week for me. But yeah, you'd usually just get 1 video a week. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video.